Hello, lovely ones. Let's talk energy. So, as we plug into our energy fields, we want to try and remember who we are. We truly are divine beings of light and love. We're not just this human body that is carrying around all these thoughts and feelings and all these connection and impact points of awareness. We are so much more than just this human experience. And you'll know that because you have this awareness of yourself. Even in dream-like state, we have this awareness that we are more. You know how our dreams feel so real to us because it is as if we are in a different reality, in a different space, and we're holding an awareness of ourselves in that different space. There's so many other realities, so many other awarenesses. So it's time for us to really start to see who we are. And while we are doing this, while we are seeing who we are starting to release these massive codes and imprints of trauma, pain, hardship, and despair. These are the imprints and the impact points that have been part of our legacy, our lineage, of our human experience. Think about every experience of pain, hardship, suffering, trauma that has ever happened to us as a species from the beginning of our journey. All of these feelings, memories, nuances, they are all encoded in us. They are held within this body, the system, and they are held within the outer awareness in the subtle system. This knowing, this sense that we sometimes understand as a sense of foreboding or dread or longing, depression, anxiety, this kind of sense that terrifies us and causes us to lock into ourselves and become very small and very terrified. This sense, this awareness, is the sense of the trail that we are carrying behind us. The best way that I can describe this is if we imagine ourselves like a comet. And the comet is always moving into this new, this open, this clear, beautiful space. But behind it is this trail, the trail of evidence from where it came, everything that it connected into, that collided into its field. And the part in front that is moving forward into this open space has got this behind it. And imagine how much is behind us now. We have got so much behind us as our ancient pathways, ancient journeys with our ancestors. All of this is behind us as a trail, like a debris. And you can imagine how hard it is to move forward now when this electromagnetic field of this massive accumulation of debris starts to pull back. It's almost like we can't go forward anymore. And many are experiencing that in their energy field, the sense that they can't move forward, that they're stuck, that life doesn't offer them anything else. And the reason for that feeling of being stuck, that feeling of disconnect, that feeling of having to stop, is because that is exactly what we are being asked to do. Just stop. Stop so we can stop pulling this debris behind us. Not looking behind, just moving forward, keep going, push, pursue, do, push, and never look behind you, never look over your shoulder. But when we go to sleep and when we rest, we have all of this that seems to hover around us, that sense that makes no sense, that sense of doom or foreboding and sadness, anxiety. That sense that makes no sense, we will recognize it in ourselves, and others around us will recognize it, especially when we say to someone, I'm feeling so lonely, or I'm feeling so lost, or I'm feeling so tired, or I'm feeling so depressed. And they will say to you, oh, please, look at you. Your life is beautiful. You've got this, you've got that. Look at this, look at that. And they'll point to evidence of why you shouldn't be feeling like that. Not very helpful, because the sense is still with you. No matter what it is that is around you that's saying it's not like that. That's the sense that makes no sense. And you will also know that you're holding a sense that makes no sense when people say things to you like, get over it, stop being so dramatic, just get on with your life. Why must you always worry so much about everything? And they give us very helpful information like that. But they can't understand why it is that you're holding that sense of foreboding, that sense of trepidation. They can't understand it, and nor can you, because it just feels heavy and it feels out of place. It's displaced energy. It comes from this trail of awarenesses, this awareness that we are holding in our past awareness. So just as we have a genetic imprint, and we can look at ourselves and we go like, oh my gosh, I can see my family line. I can see I've got my mummy's nose, got my daddy's curly hair, got my great-grandmother's hands. We used to put our hands together like this and it would look like we were the same hand. All these little imprints, these genetic imprints, are reminders that say we carry information from those who came before us. We carry that genetically, but we also carry it energetically. In the energy and the trauma, the suffering, the hardship, and the enduring that the ancient ones before us, they struggle for survival. Those were all embedded codes of hardship. And the body and the mind system at that time said, let's never forget this coding. Let's never forget this pain, this trauma, this hardship. Let us remember it forever. So it pressed little memories into all parts of our being, tucked them away nicely so we'd never forget. And the reason for that is that the coding system that we've been living in is the coding system of survival. We want to survive at every and any cost. And that means that we've got to make dreadful choices in dreadful times. That means that we've got to grab and take before anyone else can. We've got to be greedy and accumulate. All the things that we do that are low vibration are part of this survival code, this energy system that we have endorsed and accepted as our only way of being. Well, we have survived as a species. We've got all the way, hundreds and thousands of years of beingness, and here we are now in this being at this time. So now we have an opportunity to decide, are we going to still play this game of survival, or are we going to step over a threshold and begin to play a different game, a game of thriving and being able to flourish and prosper, to experience abundance and potential? Are we going to play that game? Which one do we want to play? They look like trajectories. One goes this way and one goes that way. And we are right here at the connecting point, the collision point almost, of these two ways of being, these two possibilities that are opening up for us. We are right at this crescendo point because we're right in the apex. And we can almost not see anything else except this amazing contrast. It's like shattering right up against us. Before, when we were having this experience way down the bottom of this kind of pyramid of existence, we had lots of time to recover from these impacts. But now as we've moved upward towards these two intersecting points, we're really feeling it, like we're rattling right at the top here. And that's what we are experiencing now. Massive conflict, confrontation, massive energy awakening. It's pushing us, urging us to awaken, to wake up now. Let's wake up. We want to do that. We want to choose something else, but we really don't know what on earth that is. We have no idea, and that is the gift. Because if we had any idea of how it should look, we would be reframing it in the same mindset, the same perception as that which we have been doing for all this time. That will be our default system. If we're going to hop over to a different trajectory, a different way, we have no idea what this is like. And the only thing that will carry us across to that is this absolute faith, absolute trust, and this deep embedded knowing that is right here in the heart. There is a code in the heart that is never switched off. In all the time of immense pain and hardship, we've never forgotten what our heart desires. We think about those times in our hardest, most difficult times, most difficult life pursuits. Our heart is always called for mercy, for kindness, for compassion, for love. We've always called through our heart for that something else. That something else is this line. It is this line of possibility, and it is going to be opened by our hearts, the heart's desire. So for all of us who might be feeling a great despair about where we are right now, and the energy and the trauma and the disparity and all the static energy, take heart, because we're right here. Take heart. Connect to your heart's desire. Reconnect to the divine heart. And let this beautiful heart awaken. Let this heart open up so that it can turn that key, just that last little bit. It's got like turned this far. And now all we need to do is just turn it this last little bit. And then we'll open that door and we'll come into that different space. What your heart is calling for, do not suppress it. Do not dumb it down. Do not betray your heart, but do not betray you. Because when your heart is calling for something and we open it up to the throat and we start saying, I deserve, I allow, I give to me, we come into the agreement that we allow, that we give, that we flourish, that we thrive. This tiny little throat, and we think about this throat, our head has got all these ideas. You mustn't eat this, you should eat that. Oh, it's endless, isn't it? All the information that is here about what you shouldn't be doing, what you should be doing. It's exhausting. So we've got all the stuff here, and then you pick up a delicious muffin and you want to go and just give it to the body, and the body say, yay, the heart say, oh, I want that so badly. And then you've got this little throat, this little portal that says, I don't know, do you deserve it? Have you done enough squats today? Have you run around the block at least 17 times so that you can say at least then you deserve it, you're allowed to give it to you? Is it conditional in some way of what you are able to give to you? All these games we play, this little agreement place, the little place of the throat, allowing, willingness, deserving. This is going to open the moment we plug into the heart's desire. With all my heart and all my soul, I allow myself to receive for the highest good of this being and all beings. I allow myself to receive prosperity and abundance and wellness, for that to be a possibility, a window that just starts to open, that others may see their way. I allow myself to receive it so that it can be received. That is the energy of the gift coming to me, and the gift growing in my delight, divine light, delight. I delight in this gift, and I open and I reveal it to me, and I reveal it to all, because when I show it through me, I'm showing it me to all. We are reflecting and teaching each other. That's why we must have each other. But let's have each other in our lives in the most wonderful way that is nurturing, enriching, and is so strong and powerful that we can start to create something different. So I'm wishing for you to hold that energy now, to consider what it is that you are pulling behind you as this comet, this energy of all the clutter behind us, and to start to release and let it go. It's time for us to do that, and we are in the perfect time to do that so that we can step into a whole new trajectory, a whole new space of being. This beautiful work is so easy. The hard part is what we've been doing up to now. Up to now, we've been suffering, enduring, challenging ourselves, struggling, surviving. We've done that part. Now comes the easy part, and it's that little switch, opening the heart, heart's desire, connecting to the heart, to the truth, to the love, to the compassion, to the kindness. And it's just a little switch, and we can have it all. We can have all and more and more and more, beyond our wildest dreams, beyond what we can fathom. It is right here. It's time to choose with all your heart and all your soul, heart and soul. May you choose for you. So much love, my darlings. Thank you for you. If you want to find out more about my work and access, I've got many resources that are freely available to you. Have a look at my website, joytruscott.com, and you can access massive stuff there for free and just really enrich your life and come into a whole new place. So much love to you. Thank you for you. Namaste.